So, yeah, that's my family for you. But my birthday just passed. Thank you. And my mother and I got into the biggest argument this year because evidently I don't know how to enjoy my life unless I want to fly back east and go to Atlantic City and get the free comps for my birthday. So she calls me up just before my birthday and goes, "Jojo, it's Mommy. You're making me feel very guilty, but not making you happy on your birthday." Now, mind you, my mother's been feeling guilty since my 12th birthday, because this is what happened. 2 days before my birthday, my mother sits me down and she goes, "Jojo, for your birthday, your stepfather and I are going to go to Disney World. And you're going to stay with Aunt Terry and Grandma and Grandpa in Brooklyn." So I thought about it for a second. I'm like, oh, I'm going to play stupid. Oh, okay. So she goes, "Go pack your bags." So I go in my room and I'm like, it's a surprise. I'm going to Disney World. They think I'm still 8. I know what they're up to. So I'm packing my bags and we're going to Disney World. Yay! So my mother brings me to my Aunt Terry's and she goes, "Bye-bye." So I'm like, "Bye-bye." Any second now, they're coming back. 2 days later, my mother calls me and she goes, "From Disney World, hi Jojo, happy birthday. What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I've been listening to all about the Sicilian Purge of 1939, and I'm helping Aunt Terry dye her hair. What are you doing?" She goes, "Well, your stepfather and I are standing on line outside your favorite ride, Space Mountain. And your stepfather wants to know where he should sit on the ride. In the front of the ride or the back?" I said, "Tell him to sit on the front of the ride and keep the harness up." So anyway, my mother comes home with a beautiful t-shirt from Disney World. You know how they have those pictures? And there's a picture of my mother and my stepfather sitting on the mouse's lap, and my stepfather's wearing a neck brace. I still have that shirt. So now everywhere my mother goes, I get a friggin' shirt. Last year she goes, "Jojo, we're flying out west to see you. We'll see you in Vegas." I said, "Mom, I live in LA." So I get there and she hands me a shirt. "Jojo, I got your tank from the Hard Rock Cafe. They have this special shirt called the Pink Taco. It's a black tank with hot pink lettering because I know you like pink." I said, "Great, Mom. You know what Pink Taco means? It stands for pussy." She goes, "Don't let me have to waste the soaps on the room in your mouth." Yeah. So, I've always been a very good Catholic girl. Don't look at me like that. I went to religious instruction every week. And we learned about the Virgin Mary and Jesus and how not to have sex with your boyfriend until you're married. And like every other good Catholic girl, I had sex with my boyfriend when I was 17. And I loved him, and I felt guilt. Yeah. I felt guilt, which was bad enough, except my best friend Sandy told me that once you have sex with a boy, you get a gap between your legs. Now, I wasn't quite sure what this gap looked like, and I probably should have been a little bit more observant of what was going on between my legs. So now that I had sex with my boyfriend 4 times this morning, okay, I was sure I had this friggin' gap. So I put on these hot pink shorts, because I love pink, right? And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, I don't know. Do I see the friggin' gap? Oh my God, there's a gap. So I run to my friend Sandy's house and I'm like, "Do you see the gap? Do you see, do I have the gap? I have the gap?" She's like, "You have the gap." Everyone's gonna know I have this gap. My mother's gonna kill me. I am going straight to hell either way, from God father and my mother. So I prayed to God. I'm like, just give me a sign what I should do. And then I saw a picture of Father Bob from church. And I'm like, okay, I need to go to Father Bob and confess my sins. So I go to Father Bob, I tell him what happens, and he goes, my dear, dear child, you must not kiss any boys until you are married. And I said, okay, Father Bob, but how do I get a boy to marry me if I can't even kiss him? He goes, my dear, dear child, you must not kiss any boys until you are married. I said, okay, Father Bob, I'll make a deal with you. I promise not to kiss any boys until I'm married if you promise not to kiss any boys. So he said, just say 10 Hail Marys and 3 Our Fathers and have a good day. So I did that, and I continued kissing boys, and I started kissing girls, and now I'm fucking everybody. So the truth is I really do date. I date a lot. Nobody's surprised? Oh, okay. But actually, my grandmother thinks that I have a problem with commitment, and only because I haven't met the right boy. So last month I flew back home, of course, to visit my grandmother in Brooklyn. And when you visit my grandmother, you don't bring flowers, you bring Windex. Because you clean the plastic couches. And my grandparents have a beautiful picture of my parents on the wall from their wedding day. Which, mind you, my parents divorced a while ago. My father's with the boy that looks like my twin, and my mother is remarried to a man who's still suffering from whiplash. But my grandmother has hope, and she is committed to they're going to get back together someday. So anyway, we're sitting there, my grandmother goes, Giovanna, how's the Frankie, huh? I said, he's doing okay. She goes, you think, I said, you think what, Grandma? 2 of you together, huh? I said, Grandma, he's my cousin. So she's like, so what? I said, so what? So what? I said, we're from Brooklyn, not Arkansas. She's like, Giovanna, you're going to give me great-grandchildren before I die. See? I said, Grandma, at this rate, I'm going to have a kid with 3 testicles. 3 testicles are better than 2, huh? So I didn't agree to go out with my cousin. He is very cute, though. Maybe if I had enough to drink, I don't know. But anyway, I did agree that I would go out with my grandmother's best friend, Carmela's grandson, Sal, who's also within the family, but not blood related. No, you have to understand, I'm from the mafia. I know you like the idea she's Italian, no, really I do. I come from the biggest mafia family in New York. And my relative Joey Messina just got locked up for killing like 12 people. But honestly, I really can't say anything bad about him because he's always been very nice to me.